Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and I am back with another Dark Park Film Reviews. And today we are going to be looking at uh, half of my Roger Corman collection. Some of these I've looked at before in previous videos. A lot of these I have not. As probably most of you know, or all of you know, Roger Corman passed away. He was actually in his 90s. And if you've watched my videos, especially my early on videos, that I think Roger Corman was the greatest thing to ever happen to Hollywood. I don't think Hollywood will be the same without him. He pretty much worked, up until his death. Um, we it's just things won't, they're not going to be the same without him. And he is survived by his family and stuff like that. But it's not going to be, it's not going to be the same. I hope that Julie Corman continues because she is a producer in her own right. And I hope that, distribution companies like, Shout Factory and others continue to put out his films and and give them, deluxe editions and things like that. Uh, it's a we kind of all knew because of his age that this was going to be happening, not too far in the future. And uh, I grew up with his films, and if it was in the movie theaters or on television, I really think the guy was just he was just great. And I unfortunately never got to meet him, and I don't know him, obviously personally, but I respect him as a filmmaker. And it's sad that he's no longer here. Without him, we just wouldn't have you know filmmakers and actors and things, Robert De Niro or Martin Scorsese, um, uh, David Carradine, James Cameron, Jack Nicholson, who's the main guy. Uh, I mean, there's so many. Francis Ford Coppola, Joe Dante, Jim Wynorski, who many of us are friends with on Facebook. That it's just he just basically just found these people, and they just became hugely successful. And uh, he kind of stayed the same while all these other people were winning Academy Awards. And I don't know if that ever bothered him or not, but I'm glad that he did kind of stay where he was at, because then we wouldn't be getting this huge, selection of movies. So what I'm doing is I'm making two videos. One will come out this week, and then one will come out next week. I've divided them up into what I have today are basically like the Concord New Horizons movies. I have a bunch of random films, and then I have collections, and then I have some Blu-rays to start off with. So it's kind of a mixed bag of different stuff. The video that will come out next week will have more of like Shout Factory and kind of some niche, companies that released some of his films. Um, both of these are big stacks. And so I'm not going to go through all of them, with their special features and stuff. It's just going to be looking at the DVD or Blu-ray and, kind of like front, back, inside, and then we'll go to the next one. If it's a collection, I'll name off what movies are on it and things like that. But it would take forever if I went through a lot of the special features. I don't think a lot of these that I have over here have a lot of special features anyways, but I know the Shout Factory stuff does. So, and I'm going to go through my collection again and see if I can find any more stuff for the next video. The way that I have all this stuff organized is a little confusing because it's actually by either company or distribution company. So I try to keep all the Roger Corman stuff in a couple different areas, but some have been mixed in. So with that being said, you know, it just sucks without having him in the world, but you know, at least we got all the movies. So let's start off with what I still consider to be the best version of this comic book, and that's Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. So maybe better over here. There we go. So this is, you can buy this, and I'm going to show it next, the documentary Doomed. They come together, and you can get them, I think, through Facebook from the director of the documentary. And this is the best version that you're going to get of Fantastic Four because it has not officially been released. So it's got director commentary, includes 2 transfers, direct from the 3/4 first Gen Master and the AI enhanced 720p upscale with DNR. This is the original 1994 version of Marvel's Fantastic Four. I still think this is the best version of it. I actually think Josh Trank's Fantastic Four, or Fan Four Stick, is the second best. I actually like that movie. But I enjoyed this quite a bit, and I was really happy to pick it up. So when you order this, it also comes with this, Doomed, which is the making of Fantastic Four, which is actually just as good as the movie, I think. So it says, how many movies did Roger Corman make that never got released? 1. And that's this. Basically, 20th Century Fox paid him a lot of money to not release this, so then they could do their Fantastic Four. So it's Doomed, the untold story of Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four, a documentary, and everybody is interviewed, including Roger Corman, the director of the film. I mean, it's amazing of how many people they got, you know, to be interviewed for this. So when I ordered it, it actually came with this bonus disc, and this is for pre-order customers only. And it's just, you know, additional interviews and things like that on it. So I mean, it's got a lot of special features, and like I said, I don't. Oh, there's Lloyd Kaufman even gets interviewed. There's Corman. I still think it's the best version of Doom. I think the Thing looks great. Yeah, I really like this. Both of these. So check it out on Facebook, because you can, you know, you'll get both. Then the last Blu-ray I have is for a film that I didn't like it that much. And that is Corman's own remake of Death Race 2000, which became Roger Corman's Death Race 2050. And as many people know, Paul W. S. Anderson remade it as Death Wish with Jason Statham. And then they made Death Race 2. And then they did Inferno, and then Anarchy. So there's 3 sequels to it. This I just was not a huge fan of. It does say all new movie from Roger Corman, and he signed it up here, and then there was his actual name is here. So this was officially authorized and everything by Corman to be made. I don't like on the cover that Frankenstein takes off his mask and you can see the actor's face. I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it, but I don't know. I just wasn't a huge fan. So it might be one of those ones where I do need to rewatch it. Give it that second chance. I mean, there is a making of the look of 2050, Cars, cast car tours, deleted scenes. So it's got its slip jacket. I bought this when it originally came out, so I was very excited. Maybe I was too excited and I just didn't. At some point I'll have to give it a chance. Maybe I'll review it for reviews after midnight, which will be over on Jonathan Moody's channel, Indie Film Cafe. And I do once a month a movie review over there called Reviews After Midnight. Actually, with that being said, Jonathan, Paul, and myself are going to be doing a Roger Corman tribute over on their channel. That is still to come, but we're going to be doing it over there. I wanted to do one on my channel, so this is what mine is. So now we're going to get into all the DVDs. This is what I watched the day after I found out about Roger Corman's death. It's a documentary that I like quite a bit. There are a few documentaries that are really good. I think there's one on YouTube called Roger Corman, King of the Bees, I want to say. And that one's really good too. There's a few of them that are really good. But this one is called Corman's World, Exploits of a Hollywood Rebel. And it's got a bunch of interviews with Peter Bogdanovich, Joe Dante, Jonathan Demme, Bruce Dern. I mean, these are all the people that he discovered and made famous. Peter Fonda, Pam Grier, Ron Howard, Jack Nicholson, Eli Roth, Martin Scorsese, William Shatner, and Tarantino presents Corman with the Lifetime Achievement Award. This is being filmed. There's behind the scenes, I believe it's of Dino Shark, and Corman's on the set for Dino Shark. It's good. It's 90 minutes. There's a lot of interviews, and I enjoy this quite a bit. From time to time, I just put it on for inspiration. So if you're looking for a good documentary, this could be on YouTube, maybe Tubi, and it's worth checking out, because it's from basically before he was getting into film and then him becoming a filmmaker, up until when this was made. So it says 2011, so somewhere around there. This is a collection. So this is brought out from Retro Media, which is Fred Olen Ray. And I'm really happy that he did this. So it's the Roger Corman Russian Sci-Fi Collection. It's a 2-disc set. And I did make a video about this. So if you kind of go way, way, way back in my videos, I do look at a few of these Roger Corman collections. And that's what I really get into them. For this one, you get Battle Beyond the Sun, Planet of the Storms, Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet, and Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women. These are all widescreen. Basically, what Corman did was he bought some Russian movies and divided them up. And he had American filmmakers at the time. It could be Francis Ford Coppola, it could be Joe Dante, it could be these guys that originally just cut trailers for him or were like assistant directors or something that he would then give these films to see what they would do with them, and then he would give them like a feature film of their own. So even these have famous people working on them, and it could be that it's one movie and two different people worked on it and it became two different films, even though it's all the same footage, but they went out and shot different footage to add to it. And so Fred Olen Ray put all of these movies together, and which is really nice because you get so from these three movies, Corman fashioned 4 new movies. Okay, Queen of Blood, which I actually have right here. So Queen of Blood, which is not in this, which is unfortunate, but Queen of Blood is one of these fashioned, movies. Battle Beyond the Sun, Voyage to a Prehistoric Planet, and Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women. So these are really nice. I love that. Thank you, Fred Olen Ray, for bringing these out. So these are definitely worth getting, and they have a lot of the traditional like Corman actors in them. They could either be new people that he had discovered, like let's say at the time, Dennis Hopper, who's in this one. He's not listed here, but you also have, Basil Rathbone, who he worked with a lot, John Saxon. But back here, there's Dennis Hopper right there. So, and we'll take a look at. I don't think this is a real disc. I think this is a bootleg. It's MGM limited edition collection, and I bought it for pretty cheap because I was finding it for really expensive. And I get sent this. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think this is a real thing, but it looks fine and it plays fine. And these are real things. This is a real, release. So it's definitely worth it. So if you pick this up, pick this one up too, because Corman had something to do with all of these. The next one is, and I believe I talked about this one too in a separate video, the Roger Corman Puerto Rico trilogy. This one is hosted by Roger Corman, which is nice. So on this one here, it does say on the back, commentary track with Fred Olen Ray and David Dakota. So that's cool. And David Dakota did one of my all-time favorite alien ripoffs, Creepazoids. So gotta love Creepazoids. So with this one, there's 3 movies on here. And so they're restored from the 35mm color elements. There's Corman there. 3 great movies hosted by the legendary Roger Corman. Special 2-sided DVD. So you get The Last Woman on Earth, which is awesome. It's an end of the world movie. Creature from the Haunted Sea, which is awesome. And Battle of Blood Island, which is a war movie. Creature from the Haunted Sea was made at the same time as The Last Woman on Earth. They did one of those Roger Corman things where they had time, so they made another movie, and this is it, Creature from the Haunted Sea. All of these have like additional TV scenes. There are commentaries by some of the cast members. There's also Fred Olen Ray, Steve Latshaw, who is also a director, and he made one of my favorite Alien ripoffs called Dark Universe. Then like Creature from the Haunted Sea, but they're all, well, Last Woman on Earth, Creature from the Sea are widescreen. Creature from the Sea also has additional TV scenes, audio commentary. So all of these are, this is a great set. So the Last Woman on Earth is also, I don't think it's on here though, is in black and white. Some of this stuff, because it is public domain, you could find even more. Sorry, I got an ear itch. Like different versions on YouTube. You can find like the black and white version. You can find the TV version that has, instead of, the scenes to the side, you can, watch them full, on YouTube. So this is another great one. So this and this, because these are both Fred Olen Ray, or at least Fred Olen Ray involved. I would pick these up also. And Last Woman on Earth is one of my favorite Corman films. I love The Last Woman on Earth. This one is a 10-pack, so it's not all Roger Corman, but it's a great one. It's Attack of the Killer Bees. And it's a 10-movie collection. It's a great cover on it. This is brought out from Mill Creek. I don't like when they do this. They stack the movies on top of each other. Like the discs on top of each other. So what do we get in this? So these 10 classics are a roll call of classic science fiction. So you get The Phantom from 10,000 Leagues, even though they're showing a picture from Creature from the Haunted Sea. So that's Corman. Attack of the Giant Leeches, that's Corman. Giant Gila Monster. Killer Shrews, which is one of my all-time favorites. Teenagers from Outer Space, which is also one of my all-time favorites. This was a huge influence on my short film Skull Evil, which you can see on this channel. The Wasp Woman, that is Corman. The Brain That Wouldn't Die, that's not. Ega, which is awesome. Night Fright with John Agar, that is one of my favorites also. And Invasion of the Bee Girls is pretty cool too. So it's a total of 13 hours and 4 minutes, black and white and color. So this is definitely worth picking up. Then we have another. So this is a collection of 3 films. And it's a 3 DVD collector set, Roger Corman's Horror Classics Volume 1. So these are restored versions. So you get A Bucket of Blood, which is classic, Dementia 13, which is Francis Ford Coppola's first film, and The Terror with Boris Karloff, which is the film that they made because they had a couple extra days after The Raven. And they made this film, and it also has Jack Nicholson in it, and a bunch of other people are in it. HD restoration from 35 millimeter film elements. I love this. This looks great. And it's got on the back here. So we got the posters. It tells us black and white or color, bonus features, before and after restorations, transferred from the original 35 millimeter elements, digitally restored into high definition. You get a movie trailer. And this is from Film Chest. Yeah, Film Chest. So, yeah, Film Chest presents A Bucket of Blood, Dementia 13, and The Terror, all Roger Corman films in a 3 DVD collector set. This is really good. Yeah, they also mentioned Dick Miller. 2009, Roger Corman was honored with an Academy Award for Lifetime Achievement. Nice that they put that. Each film is on its own disc, which I love. Thank you. So A Bucket of Blood is, everybody loves A Bucket of Blood. They remade it later on. I forget the title of the remake, but it was not A Bucket of Blood. It stars Anthony Michael Hall. Dementia 13, I love. Scared the crap out of me as a kid. And I don't care what people say. I love The Terror. I'm one of those few people that find, the movie is so weird. It makes no sense. I love it. So I just think it's great. Plus, just the history of the making of the movie, too, is really awesome. The next one here we have Roger Corman's cult classics, Dangerous Dames. 3 movies. You get Swamp Woman, She Gods of the Shark Reef, and Wasp Woman, which I had on that other one, the Killer Bee one. So a few of these are going to pop up again because they're all public domain. But these are films that are mostly based on like female villains or characters. So so Swamp Women, aka Swamp Diamonds, 1965, She Gods of Shark Reef, 1958, and Wasp Woman, 1960. So this is from Exclusive, I think it's called. Yeah, Exclusive. Don't see anything on this for like special features or anything. These 2 are from the same company, and I love these. I actually found these at Dollar Tree. And this is 5 drive-in classics on 2 DVDs. So Roger Corman Horror Collection. And it features The Little Shop of Horrors, The Terror, Dementia 13, She Gods of Shark Reef, and Swamp Women. It stars like Jack Nicholson, Boris Karloff, Marie Windsor, Mike Connors, and more. This is from Popflix. I really like them. Can't really see that. There you go. And they have on the back like the posters for the movies, which I think is pretty cool. And then a brief little bio on Corman. A digitally remastered interactive menu, scene selector, bonus feature are the poster gallery. 6 hours and 3 minutes. They're on 2 discs. So Little Shop of Horrors, The Terror, Dementia 13, and then on disc 2 is She Gods of Shark Reef and Swamp Women. So then they came out with another one. Once again, 5 drive-in classics on 2 DVDs. Roger Corman Drive-In Collection. This one is Horror Collection. This is Drive-In Collection. So you're getting also, like I said, Popflix. So featuring Beast from Haunted Cave, which I love, The Wild Ride, The Fast and the Furious. I don't know if a lot of you know, this is the original The Fast and the Furious. They had to buy this title from Roger Corman to make the Vin Diesel Fast and the Furious. T-Bird Gang, High School Big Shot. And in this, it stars like Jack Nicholson, John Ireland, Tony Miller, and more. There we go. And just like the other one, it's got the posters, a little bio, digitally remastered, interactive menu, scene selector. Disc 1, Beast from Haunted Cave, The Wild Ride. Disc 2, The Fast and the Furious, T-Gang, or T-Bird Gang. And High School Big Shot. Now, this is the only film that Roger Corman made that he lost money on. I think it's a great film. A long time ago, my friend Jeff Gordon introduced me to it. And I immediately bought it. After that, I think it's a great film. It is William Shatner's first feature movie. And man, did this stir up a bunch of crap, but it is a great movie. And it is the only film like this that Roger Corman made. And that is The Intruder. So it's starring William Shatner, directed by Roger Corman. This is the Roger Corman reigning king of independent films, The Intruder Special Edition. So basically, this is during stuff like Jim Crow. William Shatner goes into a southern town that is about to basically allow Black people into white schools. Excuse me. And he's there to stir up shit and not let it happen. And when they were making this movie, the town they were shooting in thought that they were making a horror movie. Once they figured out what Roger Corman was doing, and I believe this is with his brother Gene, they kicked him out. And they had to go back guerrilla style and finish the movie. It is a really good film with a great performance by Shatner. And this one does have the special features, Remembering the Intruder, all new featurette with Roger Corman and William Shatner. So, screenplay and story is by Charles Beaumont from The Twilight Zone. So it is really good. I highly recommend it. It's not like any Roger Corman film you've ever seen, before or after. This I found at a thrift store, I believe, and I picked it up even though I already own it on like a collection. But it's The Phantom from 10,000 Leagues. Terror from below as a mutated monstrosity invades from the abyss. Remastered to AC3 Dolby Digital for surround sound. I don't know about that. Special features are, digitally remastered, interactive menus, stuff like that. This is from Front Row Entertainment. A horror on the ocean floor. This is one that I don't know where I found this. I think I found this in a storage unit. I think this was an abandoned storage unit, and I saw that there was a few movies, and one of them happened to be this. And it's Roger Corman Presents Devil's Angels. And it has John Cassavetes. It's written by Charles Griffith. It's an AI movie, an AIP. Get out of their way if you can. Their God is violence, and like rabid dogs, lust is the law they live by. I've not seen this, actually. I've not watched it yet. I'm just happy to own it. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, this looks like such a bootleg, but. And it says here on the disc, avoid fingerprints to recording surface. But John Cassavetes, okay. I'll go along with that. Roger Corman stopped directing films for a very long time. And he came back. This is based off of a novel, and he came back to direct. And this wasn't bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. But it's Frankenstein Unbound. So Roger Corman's Frankenstein Unbound. Time travel, Frankenstein. It's got John Hurt. and Raul Julia. I enjoyed it. Like I say, it's not great, but it's nice to see him back in the directing chair. So, um, doesn't list any special features, so just says that it's widescreen. But I think it's worth watching. The monster is kind of cool because he has this eye that's like all different colors. I'm gonna have to move some of these. I got too many. Let's move these here. Then I'll put these over here. There we go. Okay, one left before we hit like the New Horizon stuff. So then this might be the same as, yeah. So this is Roger Corman's sci-fi collection, Dino Croc, which I think I got at Dollar Tree. Does say it won the Golden Galaxy Award, American Sci-Fi Society. It feeds on fear. We've got some stuff inside here. This here. So it looks like all of these are Roger Corman, like early years, special collections, kind of like Intruder, Roger Corman reigning king of independent films, top here. Okay, now the rest of these are Concord New Horizons. Some of these have come out on like from Shout Factory, some have not. But I wanted to start collecting these original DVDs that were from like Concord New Horizon. And the first one we're going to do is a double feature. It's of the Massacre collection, of Sorority House Massacre and Sorority House Massacre 2. Sorority House Massacre 2 is directed by Jim Wynorski. I don't think these really have special features. I mean, they say they do, but it's the regular stuff like digitally remastered interactive menus, previews, trailer, cast bios. So if you guys know me by now, I don't really consider that stuff to be special features. So then we have the remake of, they did a bunch of remakes in like the 90s. So here's a remake. It's with Jennifer Rubin of Wasp Woman. This is also Jim Wynorski, I believe. Yeah. This one was pretty good. The Wasp looks really good in it. Yeah, there it is right there. The special features, the same thing. This are probably going to be a little hard to see, but this one was good. I like this one. I'm a big fan of Not of This Earth. I have loved all three of them. And Jim Wynorski directed the second one. And then, of course, Roger Corman directed the third. This is with Michael York and Parker Stevenson. And this is the third remake, or the second remake of 3 films. So I enjoyed this. Terrence H. Winkless, I believe, didn't like that I was not a fan of Was it Birdman? That Michael Keaton movie? I just thought it was boring. And he blocked me. I believe this is him. I believe he blocked me because I didn't like a movie. So he got so mad that I didn't like something that he blocked me. But you know what? I still keep his movies. This is another remake of one of Roger Corman's greatest movies, Humanoids of the Deep. And I say Roger Corman's movies, even if he's the producer, the director, whatever it might be, because it really is a Roger Corman film, even if he didn't direct it. This one has Emma Samms and Robert Carradine. Instead of the creatures being mutants from like pollution in the sea, they're like soldiers that have been mutated. So, wasn't preferred the mutation from the pollution in the sea, but oh, this one has director's commentary, so that's good. Another remake. This one is of Piranha, and this has Alexandria Paul and William Catt. So there's Piranha, Joe Dante, Piranha 2 the Spawning. That would be, of course, James Cameron. Then they remade Piranha, which has a lot of footage from the original Piranha, directed by Scott Levy, same guy who did no. And then of course we have the two remakes, so Piranha 3D and then Piranha Double D. So there's been a lot of Piranha stuff. Nothing worth mentioning in the special features, just all the regular stuff. This is a John Carl Buechler film, and it's Icebreakers. He was the director, I believe. Yeah, John Carl Buechler. Matthew Jason Walsh was one of the writers. Hard to see because they're all silver. Director's commentary, special effects featurette, coming attractions. So okay, at least we get some of that. This one is Slaughter Studios. So, and I didn't show this before, but you can see right there. That's the logo. So if I find movies with that logo, I pick them up. They're out of print. You can't really get them anymore. This has director's commentary, previews. So that's cool. I don't think. It's this or another slasher film that takes place in a studio that has Corey Haim in it. I think he plays a drummer, but he's not even in like the box or the back or anything. May not be this one. Might be a different one. And then we have Cheerleader Massacre, which is also directed by Jim Wynorski. Yep. Unofficial sequel to Slumber Party Massacre. And this has it where Brink Stevens lives. So she's one of the first victims in the original movie and she dies. But in this, she lives. So it's kind of a what if. Always love these type of covers. And this does have director's commentary, a deleted scene. It's got the trailer. So this is fun. From the people who brought you Slumber Party Massacre and Sorority House Massacre. This is part of the sci-fi collection, and it's Unknown Origin. It's kind of a underwater alien movie, and it's got Ronnie McDowell, Mulaney Shatner, and Alex Hyde White, who played Mr. Fantastic in Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. See if I kind of get it up there where my posters are, you can see it. And this one's got Nuttin', but it's directed by Scott Levy. So we got a couple films by him so far. Then we got Barbarian Queen 2, The Empress Strikes Back, with Lana Clarkson. Try to get it in the posters. Oh, or even on my face. There we go. Yeah, it's really hard to see that. I mean, there is writing there. I can see it. You just can't see it because it's all silver. Special feature, nothing. Okay. Next one is Amazon's. Oh, okay. So we got this. So we'll turn it. There we go. So it says Amazon's, and then there's like a code. This DVD is the unrated version of the film Amazon's. The disc face is incorrectly labeled as being R rated. Yeah, because it says R right there. What's the back say? The back does say unrated. Wow, so they had to go through and fix that. They actually had to print these up and put them inside every single one that went out because of somebody's error. All right, got a couple left here. Then we have, let's see about doing these in some sort of order here. Well, we'll just do it like this. Then we have Deathstalker 4, Match of Titans. I want to collect all the Deathstalker movies on DVD. I have 1 and 2. I'm sorry, 1 and 4. This has Richard Hill, or Rick Hill, coming back as Deathstalker. He was, in my opinion, the best Deathstalker. I'm a big fan of the Deathstalker movies. Kind of see it there. Always had great art. Corman always has good art with stuff. And nothing on this one. Oh, except it is written and directed by Howard R. Cohen. And it does say right there, executive producer, Roger Corman. Then I have the original Deathstalker with Richard Hill. On here, he is Rick Hill. On here, he is Richard Hill. And this also stars Barbie Benton. And it says Deathstalker, the last great warrior king. I should have brought my water. Great cover by Boris. So this is I love Deathstalker. Deathstalker, Ator, Beastmaster, yeah. but nobody beats Deathstalker. Nobody beats Deathstalker. And Jim Wynorski did a great Deathstalker too. Get it? There it goes. You see a little bit of it there. And this has nothing. Okay, same old stuff. The very last one I have, and I'm surprised that this is released by Concord or New Horizons, is my favorite band of all time. Back in the 90s, mid 90s, they had a big reunion tour with all four of the guys, and they did like a new TV episode. They did a documentary. Most of this stuff was done for Rhino, and there was a TV like biopic that they did. That was okay. They actually got some pretty good guys to play the Monkees, and that would be the DVD special edition of Daydream Believers, the Monkees story, featuring all of your favorite Monkees top charting hits. DVD special edition. They achieved worldwide fame, but what they wanted was respect. It isn't bad. It's the Monkees in a nutshell. It shows their origins, and then it ends right after they made the movie Head. I wish that it went further than that, but the guys who play the Monkees, they actually did a pretty good job. Not too bad, actually. Oh, this you might be able to see easier. And what's on this is special features, feature-length audio commentaries and video interviews with original Monkees, Mickey Dolenz, Davy Jones, and Peter Tork. Feature-length audio commentary with the director. It's digitally remastered, original trailer, cast bios. Yeah, they talked to Mickey a bunch on this one, but it's all right. It's 91 minutes. It's okay. They could have taken it further, but yeah, it's not bad. So okay, we normally do a recap. There's way too many movies here to recap. This is going to be long enough as it is, and the second video is probably going to be the same. So I'm going to say thank you to everybody. This is video one. This has been in some sort of order, and yeah, so I think this worked. I think it worked. So without Roger Corman, none of these movies would exist. And if you don't know who Roger Corman is, please go out and watch some documentaries or some films that he's made. You're missing out. You really are. And so please check out his stuff. And I really appreciate you watching this, especially if you made it all the way through. And thank you. Maybe list below some of your Roger Corman favorites. Like I said, I say Roger Corman, and that includes directing, producing, writing. He had his hand in everything. So not to show disrespect to the actual like writers and directors and all that, but it really is Roger Corman's world, and we just all lived in it. So I stole that from Frank Sinatra. But thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one, which I think is going to be a film discussion video, because we haven't done one for this month yet. And that one should be interesting. So it's kind of a part 3 to my physical media videos, the importance of physical media. And I think it would probably be the last one. So I think like a 3-part thing. So the first one was where I spoke to Cliff McMillan, and then the second one was with Jonathan Moody, and now this one will be with Donald Wills and Jonathan Moody and myself. So a nice little trilogy, if I could say. But yeah, that's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you watching this. And please like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next one. Okay. Bye.